Retort by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Poetry. Background. In Greek mythology, the Muses were a group of goddesses who represented the arts and sciences. Currently, a muse can refer to any person who inspires an artist, writer, or musician, and who may be a reoccurring focus of or subject in their work. Paul Laurence Dunbar addresses a woman named Phyllis, a possible muse, in this poem, as well as in several other poems, including Phyllis and Response. Meet the poet. Paul Laurence Dunbar, born 1872, died 1906, was one of the first African-American poets to achieve national prominence. The child of freed slaves from Kentucky, Dunbar often wrote stories and poems about plantation life, many of which were written in dialect. Despite being a fine student, Dunbar could not afford to pay for college, so he took a job as an elevator operator. In 1893, Dunbar self-published a collection of poems called Oak and Ivy. To help pay the publishing costs and gain an audience for his poetry, he sold the book for $1 to people riding in his elevator. Retort by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Thou art a fool, said my head to my heart. Indeed, the greatest of fools thou art, to be led astray by the trick of a tress, by a smiling face, or a ribbon smart. And my heart was in sore distress. Then Phyllis came by, and her face was fair, the light gleamed soft on her raven hair, and her lips were blooming a rosy red. Then my heart spoke out, with a right bold air, Thou art worse than a fool, O head!
The excerpt in this section is part of a longer epic poem entitled The People, Yes. Carl Sandburg wrote this 300-page poem in the 1930s during the height of the Great Depression, a period when many people could not find work and lived in poverty. As a whole, the epic poem praises the perseverance and triumphs of the American people. About the poet. Carl Sandburg, born 1878, died 1967, was a Pulitzer Prize-winning American poet, historian, and novelist. Born in Galesburg, Illinois, to Swedish immigrant parents, Sandberg decided at age 6 that he would be a writer. Although he had to quit school after 8th grade to go to work so he could help support his family, Sandberg continued to write. As he pursued writing, Sandberg worked in a variety of positions, from factory worker to newspaperman. He also became a well-known musician and political activist. The variety of Sandberg's experiences informed his writing, and Sandberg eventually gained recognition as an iconic American writer. From The People, Yes, by Carl Sandburg. The white man drew a small circle in the sand and told the red man, "This is what the Indian knows," and drawing a big circle around the small one, "This is what the white man knows." The Indian took the stick and swept an immense ring around both circles. "This is where the white man and the red man know nothing,"